Welcome to another edition of High School Rewind, available only on Xfinity On Demand. We are at Brighton High School as the Bengals prepare to host the 5A counterparts Davis Darts in a non-region battle here on High School Rewind. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart here to bring you the action, and a good game here today between two teams who last season both made the state tournament but lost to the eventual state champions and number one Lone Peak Knights. But this is a new season of optimism for both these two squads, and there's lots of reason for optimism. We'll start first with the Davis Darts. They come into tonight's game 0-1 on the season. They lost to the Alta Hawks in their season opener. 67-55 was the final. This is a Dart squad that returns one of the better backcourts in the entire state with Abel Porter and Jesse Wade. Wade, of course, the Gonzaga verbal commit, just a junior, but he scored 16 points in that opening game against a very good Hawks squad. He had 4 3-pointers in that ball game. Meanwhile, Abel Porter, a little bit of a slow start for him. He only scored 6 points. They're going to need him to get back to how he was last season for the Darts if they expect to be a contender in that Region 1. This is also a team that lost much of its front court from last season, so guys like Matt Morrell are going to have to step up. Elijah Kletzley, both of them were fantastic as Morrell went for 15 and Kletzley for 10 in that season opening game, but need to be a little bit better in that backcourt. Abel Porter, certainly not his typical type of game. Look for him to have a nice rebound here today against a very good Brighton squad that comes in 1-0. Their victory this season was against Westlake, a game in which they beat the Thunder by 20 points, and it was a game that, well, they were led by a fantastic shooter in their own right. Eric Benyon, the senior forward, had 16 points. He was also deadly from beyond the arc for the Bengals. And this is a squad that, if you're familiar with their football team from this season, you're going to be familiar with the basketball team. A lot of players translating from the gridiron over here to the hardwood, including Chandler Gee and Osa Messina. They both had fantastic debuts to this basketball season, as Gee went for 15 points and Messina went for 13 in that season opening win against the Thunder. This is a very young Brighton squad. They graduated nearly everybody off of last year's team that made it to the semifinal. A lot of youth, only 3 seniors on the roster, Benyon being one of them. But he will have a tall chore of trying to lead this young team back to the state tournament, hopefully another run in what should be a very, very tough Region 3. But this is going to be a very good game for both these two teams to try to really give their coaches an idea of where their teams stand as the early season gets going underway. And speaking of underway, it's time for the game to get underway. We'll send you now down to the court for the tip. At the center circle is defending region champs, prepare to go head-to-head. And underway from Brighton High School between the Darts and the Bengals. And on the tip, the Bengals establish possession, looking backdoor to Messina. He's going to try to go up. That one may have been deflected. It was. I think it was Jaden Ryan who got a hand on it. It'll stay underneath. This ball inbounded quickly. Going up with it was Gramillion, missed it, and then Osa Messina tried to get the steal. He didn't like the calls, fouled Matt Morrell. Abel Porter going to bring this ball across the timeline, being defended by Chandler Gee, who was a great defender for the Bengal football team. Now here's Morrell. He's looking to drive on Messina. Had a lane, popped it out to Porter. Now up top with Jaden Ryan. Far side, Jesse Wade. We talked about him in the open. Now on the perimeter, trying to put it on the floor was Ryan, and a foul called underneath. Foul was on Gramillion. That was his first foul. Inbounded, and then a push away from the ball as it was Eric Benyon who pushed the dart into Wade, and he picks up his first. Already the third team foul on the Bengals. We are a minute into this one as Ryan can't get the ball in. A 5-second call turned over on the baseline. Chandler Gee will bring the ball up for the Bengals as he calls out the play. Screen set by Messina. Switch, Messina open. He thought about the three. Now he's going to fire it. Osa Messina with the first points of the ball game, and the junior gives the Bengals a 3-0 lead. Now here's Wade back up top with Elijah Kletzley. Nice pass inside. Couldn't be handled and turned over. Now bringing it up is DeVageray for the Bengals. Gee with it now. He's going to come back up top. Osa Messina. He looked like he lost his footing. A loose ball that's picked up by the Darts, and then a foul called on DeVageray. Porter picked up at midcourt by Gee. And an offensive foul, an illegal screen called on Matt Morrell. Another Dart turnover here in the first. Two minutes in, and a low-scoring game at this point. Osa Messina with the drive here, trying to get more points. He gets fouled on the shot, and he will go to the line to shoot two. Messina's first free throw rimmed out. That was the second foul on Morrell, so he comes out as Lionheart comes in for him. Second free throw good for Messina. 4-0, the Brighton lead here. Screen set by Kletzley. Porter coming around. He fires out one from 18 feet and hits it for the first Dart points of the game. Now Brighton trying to break this press. They get it up. Shot from the corner. A corner three is good by Derek DeVageray, and it's a 7-2 Brighton lead. Davis was down 21-7 at the end of the first against Alta in their first game, and off to a similar slow start here tonight offensively as Jesse Wade, a nice ball movement there to pick up the foul on Benyon, his second. Simi Fehoko has come on for Benyon, who, as I just mentioned, pick up his second foul. Porter now, he's going to shoot a three. That one no good. Loose ball is picked up by Ryan. Now he's going to back it out wisely. Cross-court pass to Wade. He is picked up quickly by DeVageray, and he's a guy the Bengals are going to have to watch, a surefire shooter. This three ball from Kletzley's no good. Porter with the strong drive was trying to pick up the foul. No foul called. Ryan for three. And Jaden Ryan, the senior guard, his first three-pointer of the night. 7-5, the Brighton lead. As again, this full court press put on by the Darts. A quick three-pointer put up by Gramillion. That one missed badly as Jesse Wade trying to get it down quickly. Back to Wade. He is picked up by Messina. Boy, you can see really good speed for Messina for a big man. Another three by Ryan is missed as Messina picked up the board. He's bringing it down. Brighton trying to get some things going offensively. That ball looked like it was blocked. A foul called. I believe it's going to be on Lionheart. It is. Bowen Smith checks in for Gramillion. Messina made his first free throw, and now his second free throw comes out. The board going to be picked up by Lionheart, and an 8-5 Brighton lead as we are midway through the first quarter. Wade from the top of the key. Nice pass. Boy, beautiful cut by Ryan to find some space in the key. He uses the glass to draw the Darts back to within one, and again, full court pressure put on by Davis as Gee launches one for Messina. Now Brighton looking to establish their offense. Open three-pointer on the way, front of the rim, off the DeVageray shot, rebounded by Porter. Boy, a nice little fake there to get Messina in the air and create a offensive numbers opportunity. Kletzley's going to go up, and Kletzley gives the Darts their first lead of this game, 9-8, with just over 3 minutes left here in the first. Pass out to Messina. Now Gee gonna fire the three. Chandler Gee gives the lead back to Brighton. As you can tell, neither of these two teams are afraid of the three ball. It's been an advantage here early on as the Bengals have hit a couple of them. Here's Jaden Ryan with it. Up top with Kletzley. He looks to drive. Coming over was Messina, and he picks up the offensive charge call on Kletzley. That was the first foul on Kletzley. Nice screen underneath that Porter's able to block the shot from Messina and then saves it. What a beautiful defensive hustle play by Abel Porters. It looked like Messina had all sorts of space. Then he comes right back to steal it. Osa Messina will lay this in, and the juniors had a fantastic start to the second game of the season for the Bengals, 13-9. Now the advantage for the blue and orange. Porter with it. Now here's Jesse Wade gonna fire the three. Count it good. As the Dart student section drops with enjoyment off of the Jesse Wade three-pointer. Now Simi Fehoko trying to answer. That shot was long. Rebounded by Bowen Smith. Count the bucket and the foul. Smith to the line to shoot one. That was the second foul on Lionheart. He will have a seat as Spencer Duke came on for him. Meanwhile, John Gramillion comes back on for the Bengals. He tried to save that one, couldn't do it. As the ball goes back to the Darts. 15-12, the Brighton advantage, minute and a half left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Jaden Ryan with it. Over to Porter. Zone defense put on by the Bengals. Jesse Wade, boy, he thought about that one. Would have been a distance three-pointer. Now he's going to fire this one. That one back of the iron. Gets it and shoots it again. And that one was just short. Rebounded by Kletzley, and he puts it back. A nice offensive rebound and putback for the senior Kletzley. Fehoko with the ball, looks to drive against Porter. Good defense put on by Abel Porter, and that's one of the areas where the guard Porter really shines. Now he's trying to work against Gee. Nice job keeping possession. It looked like he almost slipped there. Jaden Ryan with it, guarded by Fehoko. Now in the post with Kletzley. He tries to go up strong, but nice defensive play made. Pops it out to Porter for three. That one no good and rebounded by Gramillion. Gee now is going to slow it up as there's 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Down to 8 seconds. Gee around the screen. Now he looks to drive, pops it outside. Now taking the shot is DeVageray. That one off the back of the iron. Tapped around. The horn sounds. The first quarter has come to an end. An entertaining one. 15-14. Bengals out in front. Second quarter underway. The Darts start with the possession, and tonight started much better than the first game. We mentioned it was a 21-7 deficit to the Hawks for the Davis Darts in their season opening loss. This one have played much better despite trailing 7-2 at one point to the Bengals. Kletzley with it. Over to Wade. He is picked up quickly by DeVageray. Now going to go other side. Porter with another three, and that one rims out, and the shot has not been falling for Abel Porter early on in the season, as it's been another rough night tonight. He's missed a couple three-pointers in just 9 minutes of play. Boy, beautiful backdoor cut by Gee. Now he's going to shoot one from just inside the arc. That one's no good, and then he will track down the rebound. Near side with DeVageray, tried to get that inside to Gramillion, and a foul may be called on Kletzley. It is. Jaron Barnes has come in for Kletzley. A nice inbounds play right to Gramillion, and that one just rolled off the iron. Couldn't get it to drop. Top of the key, and Osa Messina. How about the defense put on by the junior? No breathing room allowed that time. Drive by Wade, now kicks out to Barnes. Barnes going to be one of those players in the front court for the Darts who's going to have an impressive year. The 6'5 senior Going to have to do a lot in the absence of Halley and Colliker, who both graduated last year. Potent front court presence for the Darts, now gone. Wade with the drive. What a pass inside to Spencer Duke, who lays it in. And that was a beautiful assist for the junior guard, Jesse Wade. Gee now setting up the offense, calling out the play. Davis in a bit of a 3-2 zone here. Working the perimeter, near side with Messina. Looking for somewhere to go. Back up top with the Vageray. Nice job by Wade disrupting that pass as Guy had some space. And working the perimeters. Zone defense. Really pushing the ball outside for the Bengals. 5.5 left here in the second quarter. You see even that entry pass contended. Three-pointer on the way, and that one will touch everything and go down for Eric Benyon. Mentioned he had 4 threes in their season-opening win. He gets his first points of the contest and an 18-16 lead for Brighton. Wade with the dribble drive, now pops it outside, and Messina reached around to poke that one away. Out of bounds off Messina. Davis will have it underneath. Boy, a beautiful move by Wade. He puts up the jumper and makes it. I don't know if you can see that. He made a beautiful cut, and now quickly down is the Bengals. Messina left that one short, then tapped it out. Now they look to set things up. Entry pass to Gramillion. Pops this one out. That one looked like it nearly came out. Coach Welk was saying it did. Beautiful pass from Messina, and another dart foul in the paint as John Gramillion will go to the line. Jesse Wade picked up the foul. Gramillion made his first free throw. Second one hits the back of the iron and is rebounded by Jerem Barnes. Porter will bring it up. Boy, what a nice crossover that time. Now Wade from just inside the three-point arc. He tried to draw contact and a foul. No call coming. Quickly down the other way with the Vageray. Boy, beautiful kick out to Guy for 3. That one back of the iron. Rebounded by Messina. Gramillion was all alone. Wade collapsed nicely to knock it out. And a timeout taken by the Bengals here midway through the second. 19-18, Brighton. Inbounded to Vageray. Here's Benyon with it. Cross court to Messina. And the Darts, their zone defense has been pretty good as it's forced Brighton to outside shots. Guy with it. And not much going on the interior as Benyon's going to fire this one up from long range. No good. Porter going to lead the break for Davis. Looks to drive now, and a foul called on the Abel Porter drive, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Excuse me, it was deemed not a shooting foul. Wade off the inbounds play. That one was no good. Out of bounds, back to the Bengals. Guy brings it across, and much less scoring in this second quarter compared to the first. Guy thought about the 3, now cross court to Benyon. Baseline three-pointer hits the front of the rim, rebounded by Bowen Smith, and possession will stay here with Brighton. Boy, quick passing, got Messina at the junction. Instead he fired out Benyon. That 3 rims out, and we talked about a cold shooting night early on for Abel Porter. Benyon now feeling some of that on this wintry evening. Jesse Wade with it now. Looking for a screen, goes the other direction. Porter with the baseline 3. That one rims out, and he gives a look at the rim like, are you kidding? Here's Osa Messina with a drive and a reach-in foul called. That time on Jaden Ryan, and Messina will go to the line. Messina shooting 1 and 1 at the line. This one no good. It was the 8th team foul on the Darts as that ball was rebounded by the sophomore Bowen Sykes. Barnes gives it off to Porter, and hounding defense by Chandler Gee. It will stay here with the Darts. John Gramillion comes in for the Bengals. Parker Christiansen comes in for the Darts. Porter with it near side. Sykes. Sykes looking to establish some positioning. Instead, Davis works it to the other side. Wade thought about shooting it, now will. That's a contested shot, a tough one, as that ball is knocked out of play off of the Darts. Under 2 minutes left here in the first half. It was 15-14 Bengals after one, and it is 19-18, only 4 points apiece here in the second quarter. Messina out to DeVageray, worked around. Gramillion, nice run along the baseline by Messina. Back to Gramillion, beautiful pass to Bowen Smith, and Smith puts it in. The senior center, that's good ball movement by the Bengals offensively. That's one way to beat a tough D. Nice patience by Brighton. Porter looking to drive now. That's a tough shot. Good defense coming over, then a jump ball as it was Messina and Sykes scrapping for the rebound. Possession will give it back to the Bengals. Eric Benyon checks back in for the Bengals as Chandler Gee brings the ball up the floor. 1 minute left here in the opening half. Messina in the paint, kicks it outside, and a jumper from Gramillion, no good, out off of the Bengals. Fehoko and Smith come on for the Bengals. Meanwhile, Spencer Duke comes back on for the Darts, who trail by 3 here with 50 seconds left. And Chandler Gee, nice job cutting off the drive from Porter. This is Christiansen with it, and Davis turns it over. Quickly up the floor with Fehoko. Now Gee, he's looking to hold it. Of course, this was part of the infamous strategy in last year's semifinal against Lone Peak. Some people didn't like it. The rules allow it. 20 seconds left is, again, Gee just holding it patiently here. 21-18, the Brighton advantage. They're looking to extend it. 10 seconds left. Over to Gee, now Fehoko. Gee looking to drive. Porter, a solid defensive effort. Gee to launch the three. That's no good. The horn sounds. Half is here. To the locker rooms we go. 21-18. The Bengals on top here at home. Second half is underway. The Darts start with the possession. They trail by 3 to the Brighton Bengals. Jaden Ryan with it looking inside, and instead an offensive foul called on Abel Porter, much to the dismay of Porter and his coach, Coach Welk. Gee brings the ball up the floor, calling out the offense as the Darts stay in a zone here early in the third. Really slowed down the pace for the Bengals offensively in that second. DeVageray back to Gee now. Nice ball movement is a quick move made by Gramillion, and then he traveled with it, trying to get around the post defense. Morrell passes off to Kletzley. Now Porter near side with it. That ball was looking to go the way of Jesse Wade. He was covered nicely by the bigger Benyon. Ryan picked up his dribble. Now Morrell underneath with Kletzley. Nice patience. Goes up and draws the foul. And Elijah Kletzley will go to the line as Gramillion picked up the foul. First free throw from Kletzley was good, as is the second.
He's a freshman. He's a freshman. He's a freshman.
Now here's Chandler Gee with it. Moving the ball inside. Messina turns around. Nice spin move. That one wouldn't drop. Rebounded, and then the ball was knocked out as Gramillion tried to go back up strong with it, but missed or had it knocked away. 21-20. Brighton out in front. That time Ryan tried to pass out, and that ball was knocked away and out off of the senior Dart guard. Gee with it. Here's Messina. Jesse Wade collapsed down and forced the high pass, was able to be tracked down by Devagere. Here's Gee with a nice drive, and Chandler Gee uses the glass to get the lead back to 3 for the Bengals. Really nice athletic catch and good drive by Gee. Now Morrell with it. Over to Jaden Ryan. He thought about the 3. It's closed down quickly by Devagere, and now Messina picks up a foul on the drive. Porter picked up his dribble and has to pass this one clear across to Ryan. Finds Porter again inside with Kletzley. A quick move, and that ball is blocked. Good defense in the post by John Gramillion, the junior forward. Inbound is to Jaden Ryan up top. Boy, he found some space with the drive. Beautiful pass underneath to Matt Morrell, who lays it in. Back quickly with the Bengals. Here's Chandler Gee now. Looking for Benyon in the corner. Nice closeout by Ryan to take away the shot. Gee with it has that one knocked away. Good defense by Wade. Three-pointer from Benyon. That one is a little long. Coming down was Devagere. Ended up knocking Morrell over as the Darts look quickly back the other way. And it is Elijah Kletzley who lays it in and gives the Darts the lead here in the second half. 24-23. Drive by Messina. That ball is blocked by Morrell. Ryan got a hand in there and limited the ability of Messina to do anything with it. The drive by Porter. That ball is knocked in, but an offensive foul on Kletzley. Bowen Smith comes back on for the Bengals. Still 24-23 after the offensive foul on Kletzley. Here's Benyon in the corner looking inside to Smith. He kind of dropped that one to Devagere, able to kick it out as he was falling out of play. Now Messina with it. Back to Devagere. He's going to try the corner 3. That one no good, and rebounded by Abel Porter. Porter was looking up to Wade, didn't feel comfortable throwing the ball up. Now here's Morrell. And a timeout will be taken by the Darts. Midway through this third quarter, and the Darts holding the 1-point lead as Wade, nice little deception there. This ball kicked out to Ryan. Front of the iron, rebounded by Sykes. That ball was blocked away by Bowen Smith. Back up the floor, and Morrell picks up the foul. He does not like the call. Inbounded to Messina. Spencer Duke came in for the Darts. In the corner, Benyon passed out of it. Here's Benyon going to shoot this 3. That one rolls in. And Benyon, it's been a tough night shooting for him. Hits another 3-pointer. I believe it's his second of the night. The Bengals retake the lead here, 26-24.
Welcome, Layton.
A 3-pointer taken by Duke. That one came off, rebounded by Smith. Gee brings it up the floor. Cross court to Messina. He's going to try the 3. Osa Messina, his second 3-pointer of the game. Coach Welk going to take a timeout. A 6-0 run for Brighton. Porter brings this ball up as the Darts now quickly find themselves down by 5. 2.5 left here in the third. As Morrell has it now over to Tony Fike, the sophomore guard. Boy, nice pass inside to Kletzley, and Elijah Kletzley again inside the paint, and that was all set up by Tony Fike on the drive. Really nice move by the sophomore as he's going to pick up the foul. Count the bucket for Chandler Gee. What a great drive and bucket for Gee. The and one for Gee comes out, rebounded by Kletzley. 31-26. Advantage to Brighton. Gee out on Porter. Porter trying to find some space, does so to the inside, draws the foul on Chandler Gee. No shot. Davis will have it underneath. Second foul on Gee as this ball is inbounded to Fike for 3. And Tony Fike hits the triple. How about the sophomore shooter, Tony Fike? Messina going to try to answer it, and he does. Osa Messina, his third three-pointer of the game. No one closed out on him. And he gets the 3 right back for Brighton. The drive from Wade, the floater, and the foul. Blocking foul called. Wade will go to the line. Barnes just checked in for Kletzley. Wade made his first free throw. His second attempt is no good. Rimmed out on him. It was the first foul on Bowen Smith. 4 team fouls apiece. We are a minute and a half left here in the third. Chandler Gee with it near midcourt. Trying to work against Jesse Wade. Osa, foot was across the line, so that would have only been a 2. Nice hustle underneath. Ball ruled out off of Porter. It will stay here with the Bengals. Gramillion just checked in for the Bengals. It was DeVageray who contested that rebound and was able to eventually get it off of Porter's. The drive from Messina kicked out. Gramillion just throws one up, and he gets rewarded with a foul call. He's going to go to the line as the foul is called on Barnes. First free throw from Gramillion was missed. Second one bounces in. Fehoko just came on for Brighton. It's 35-30. Advantage to the home Brighton Bengals with less than a minute now in the third. Pressure defense as this zone is extended for Brighton. Nice find inside to Wade, and he finds Morrell, who lays it in, and the foul. Matt Morrell to the line to shoot the bonus. Leinart just checked in for Morrell. Meanwhile, back in for the Bengals, Gee, who has it now, as well as Bowen Smith. That ball nearly dribbled away by DeVageray. Porter was getting risky, unable to drive. That one was wildly knocked away. Now Davis looking to attack on the other end. Porter for 3. Yes! Abel Porter, it is well documented, has not shot the ball well here tonight. A big three-pointer. And the Darts with the lead here with 10 seconds left in the third. Handed off to Benyon, tries to answer, picked up the foul on Tony Fike. Fehoko comes on for Brighton, Sykes in for Davis. Benyon has gone 1 of 2. This is his third free throw. It is no good either. Rebounded by Gramillion. What a nice hustle play to keep the possession. Back to Gramillion. He's going to have to shoot one up. He does. That one no good. And the third has come to a close. Knotted up at 36 apiece. We're in for a heck of a finish as we head to the fourth. Fourth quarter underway. We are 8 minutes away from a victor in what has been a tightly contested game. What a beautiful backdoor cut by Messina. Lays it in, and the Bengals lead by 2. A really nice play design that time. Has left the backside wide open. Messina took clear advantage of it. The drive by Porter. That ball looked like it may have been blocked, and then blocked again. How about the big post play of Gramillion, who may have had a pair of blocks as he is called for the double dribble. I actually thought that one may have been deflected, but a double dribble call turned over back to Davis. Wade brings the ball across the timeline, now steps back. Here's Morrell looking for a lane against Messina, and a nice double clutch move by Matt Morrell to knot things up at 38. Messina with it now. Nowhere to go. Hands off to DeVageray. Now Benyon hit a couple big shots in that third quarter. That ball looked like knocked away. What a nice hustle by Morrell, diving for it. Messina comes out with it, then has some clearing. It was Gramillion who opened up a lane for Messina. Over to Wade, he's got space, and Jesse Wade with another three-pointer. Nice screen set up to allow the clearance for Wade, and he takes advantage as the Darts are back on top. Messina, boy, that's just a big boy down low, and a timeout taken by Brighton as Messina uses his quickness and his size to give the lead back to the Bengals. See what the Darts have on this offensive possession. A nice job of staying in this game. Whenever Brighton has established a bit of a lead, Davis has come clawing back. Klitzley pops this out to Ryan. Nice patience here as the Darts looking for a good shot, and a foul underneath. Going to be called on Gramillion. Smith has come back on for the Bengals. This one thrown into Wade for three, and that one rimmed out on him. Rebounded by Klitzley, who gets the putback. Fortunate for the Bengals, that three did not drop as Wade had a lot of room. Nice job by Klitzley taking advantage. Messina with the turnaround. Morrell tried to draw the foul, certainly contact. Whether enough for an offensive, the officials ruled it wasn't. Porter has it now, out to Morrell. Thought about the three, instead left it to Jaden Ryan. Now Wade calling for the screen. He's going to dribble the other way, and a foul called, I believe, on Benyon. It's going to be a 1-and-1 situation for Jesse Wade. Wade made his first free throw. He will get a second. This is for the lead, and it's good. Vageray looking inside, nothing there, so he kicked it back out. Here's Benyon being guarded by Ryan. Gives it to DeVageray coming around. Back up top with Guy as Brighton looking to set something up offensively. Here's Messina trying to come back the other way. Kicks it out to Benyon. Nice closeout that time by Jaden Ryan. Didn't allow any room for the shooter Benyon. Guy tried to go up with it, and it was blocked by Klitzley. Now Wade coming back with it. That one no good. Knocked around, eventually brought down by Benyon. Davis was looking for a call, nothing coming. Here's Messina. Popped it out to Benyon. Now Guy looking inside the way of Bowen Smith. He's going to hand off, and Brighton now will set something a little more traditional up. Vageray coming around. Guy's going to kick back out now to receive it and reset. Nearing the midway point here in this fourth quarter. 1 point lead for the visiting Davis Darts. Here's Guy for three. That one front of the iron. Chased down by Morrell and fouled by Osa Messina. Morrell will go to the line. Matt Morrell, 1-and-1 at the line. One of the captains for the Darts. Misses his first one. Rebounded by Smith. Here's Messina at the elbow. Got that elbow up a little bit. No call, but a travel call that time on Messina. Jesse Wade hands off to Abel Porter. Here's Ryan, corner three, and that one no good. Darts able to corral it. Back to Ryan, looking inside to Kletzley. He's going to try to work against Smith. What great post defense by Bowen Smith, who got the block. Down quickly with Gee. Over to Benyon. He's going to find some space for a three. No good as he missed it to the side, and the rebound goes to the Darts. 3 minutes left. Porter, a corner three. No good. Tracking down the rebound. And that is one thing Abel Porter, all heart, all the time, is he tracked that one down near midcourt from where he shot it in the corner. And Davis will take another timeout as they lead here 45-44. Abel Porter picked up near midcourt by Messina as Brighton looks to extend their defense here. Put a little pressure on the Darts. Finds the way of Tony Fike, who held it. Davis looking to take some time off here. Here's Jesse Wade looking underneath the Kletzley. He got fouled. Count the bucket. And Elijah Kletzley to the line for the and one. Foul was on Benyon. That was his fourth. Just trying to box Kletzley out. Got there early and the foul call. The free throw is good. And this is the biggest lead of the game for the Darts. It's a 4-point lead with just over 2 minutes left. Here's DeVageray on the drive, in the key, that one no good. Rebounded by Smith, and he couldn't get it to go. Jesse Wade brings it back up the floor, over to Porter, back to Wade now. 2 minutes left. And Wade, a bit of a lazy pass that time, trying to get it back to Morrell. Messina able to pick it off, and the foul called on Morrell. Messina made his first free throw. It was the fourth foul on Morrell. Meanwhile, Fike comes out as checking in was Ryan. That second free throw missed, rebounded by the Darts, who now hold a 3-point lead. Porter drives, and the foul called. Brighton wanted a travel call. Instead, the foul on DeVageray. I think the block is what made that look like a travel. Porter to the line to shoot two. Porter made his first free throw. The second is good. And it is a 50-45 Dart lead. Gee brings the ball down the floor quickly as Brighton needing points. Back to Gramillion. Nice spin move and a blocking call. Gramillion couldn't get it to drop. That would have been big if it had. Fouls on Kletzley, and Gramillion will shoot two. Gramillion made both free throws, so it's now a 3-point game as Fehoko checks back in for the Bengals. A little full court press here set up. Here's Abel Porter with it now. Finds some room. He's going to drive inside and left that one short. Rebounded by Morrell. Couldn't get the shot falling away. The foul as that one rolls off the rim. Kletzley will go to the line. The foul on Brighton. First free throw was missed from Kletzley. Gramillion just checked back in for Fehoko, who picked up the foul. Second free throw, no good either. That ball all out off of Messina, and it stays with Davis. Davis ball out on the baseline. Here's Abel Porter with it. Minute 20 left, still a 3-point advantage for the brown and gold. Ryan now steps out, finds some space, kicks it out to Kletzley, and now Davis very wisely using that entire half of the court as the foul call here on Gramillion. Kletzley back to the line. Kletzley missed the first free throw and his last three. This one is good. 51-47 as Gee runs it up the floor. It was the fourth foul, meanwhile, on Gramillion. He stays on. Gee going up strong, and the foul. I believe this is going to be called on Kletzley, and that, if it is, I think that is his fifth. Gee made both of his free throws, and it's now a 2-point ball game. There's full court pressure put on by the Bengals. Meanwhile, it was the fifth foul on Kletzley, so he is done. Davis is trying to get it across, and they do. Foul called as it was DeVageray quickly fouling Ryan before he could get the ball up the floor. Ryan will shoot two. Ryan missed his first free throw. His second. No good either. Rebounded by Gramillion, and it is a 2-point advantage for the Darts. Gee gonna look to drive. Boy, and that play was going out to Benyon. A couple tip balls eventually ends up with Brighton, and a timeout taken quickly and wisely by Coach Gardner of Brighton. 37 seconds left. Inbound it to Messina. He's going to back this out. Looking to drive on Morrell. That closed off well. Back to Messina. Trying to drive. Little turnaround. That one off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Porter, and he's fouled. A big rebound by the senior guard. He will go to the line to shoot two. Porter made his first free throw. Now shooting the second. Good as well. And a 4-point lead to the Darts. 15 seconds left. Gee gonna have to score quickly off the glass. He is fouled on the play. Missed the shot. He will go to shoot two at the line. Gee made his first free throw. Holds within a 3-point game. His second free throw on the way. No good. Rebounded by Davis. Jaden Ryan with the board. Porter up the sideline. He is fouled by Messina. And to the line goes Abel Porter to shoot two with 7.5 seconds left. First free throw from Porter was good. Second is not good. Brighton running it up quickly. Gee gonna launch the three. This well off. Rebounded by Davis. Horn sounds. Game is over. The Darts pick up a huge road victory over the Brighton Bengals as both teams now move to 1-1 in this early season. And again, our final score here from Brighton High School. The Davis Darts pick up a big road win, 54-50 over the Brighton Bengals. And what an entertaining game this was. We talked about two teams who have high hopes for their regions this season and therefore state here in the 5A classification. Got off to a very good start as that first quarter up and down each way. Osa Messina hit a big three for the Brighton Bengals. I certainly didn't expect that coming in. We'd hear more from him later on in this one, but the Darts, they got off to another slow start for the second time in 2 games. They actually found themselves trailing 7-2 in this ball game, and it was not a great start for Davis, but they would respond very nicely with a big run to end the first quarter. It was a 12-8 run the rest of the way. They would find themselves trailing by only 1 point at the end of one. Second quarter, things calmed down a little bit. It was a mixture of a couple things. We had some poor shooting and some good defensive effort by both these squads. We talked about Eric Benyon for the Brighton Bengals, hit 4 3-pointers in their season opening win. He struggled a little bit tonight from the outside. Had multiple attempts in that first half. Could not find it. I think he hit 1 in that first half, but did not look like he was in the flow of the game in that first half. As we mentioned, good defensive effort in that second quarter, and we would head to the locker rooms with a game that was well within reach for either of these two teams. Third quarter came out, and Davis again looked a little slow at the start of that, but the 3-point ball started falling for the Darts. It was the young sophomore, actually, Tony Fike, who hit a big three, and that seemed to kind of get some momentum going for the Darts, as it would also be Porter, who we mentioned his lack of shooting. He only had 6 points in their first game of this season against the Hawks. He struggled in the first half here tonight. He got a big three in that third quarter. Started to feel it. You started to feel like the Darts were finally starting to find some of that offensive momentum. But the Brighton Bengals, I'll tell you what, this is a team that we mentioned did not return a lot of experience off of last year's semifinal team. But Osa Messina really had a fantastic game. He hit a couple big 3-pointers in that third quarter. Also had some nice works down low on the block as he led the way for the Brighton Bengals. We were knotted up at 36 as we went to that fourth quarter. What a fourth quarter it would turn out to be is it come down late. You know, the Brighton Bengals at one point in the third actually had a 5-point lead. It looked like they had some momentum. We're going to run away with this a little bit, or at least establish a bit of a lead. The Darts able to come back, and in the fourth quarter, they really put their seal on this game. They had a nice defensive effort and really forced Brighton into some tough shots. But offensively, the Darts were really able to take advantage as it was Abel Porter, again, the captain, or one of the captains of these Darts, hit some big shots late. And that's a big thing for him, able to get some confidence late in this ball game. That played a huge factor late as he went to the free throw line multiple times in that fourth quarter, able to calmly knock him down, the experienced senior for the Darts leading the way despite a couple other free throws that didn't fall. Looked like they were going to leave Brighton in this ball game, but Abel Porter, the experienced senior, really led the way late with those big free throws. And on the other end, you could almost see some of the inexperience on the basketball floor as a couple late possessions for the Bengals where they have an opportunity to get back to within one possession or even tie things up would lead to turnovers, lead to rush shots, and just could not do what they needed late in a tight game to pull out the W. But a really good learning experience for this inexperienced Brighton team as they're really trying to put it together. It's going to be another tough season in Region 3 this year with the Bingham Miners and the Alta Hawks. This is a very, very good learning experience for the Brighton Bengals, even though they were on the short end of this game here today. And for the Alta Hawks, for the Davis Darts, what a nice shot in the arm. Is a really tough first game against the Alta Hawks, able to regain some confidence as some of the shots started to fall. We didn't mention Jesse Wade, but he shot the ball really well here today, had a number of threes again for him, and a really good defensive effort as he did a nice job closing down some of the driving lanes for these Brighton Bengals. But a good thing for the Darts to not drop to 0-2 and give them some confidence here in the early goings of this basketball season. I think these two teams have showed it's going to be fun in both of their respective regions, and both these two, this tight game proves that it will be a good thing for both of them, gives them some experience here early on. But again, it is the Davis Darts with a 54-50 victory over the Brighton Bengals here on High School Rewind. Want to thank you for joining us. It was a great game. We hope to see you for more great games here on High School Rewind, only on Xfinity On Demand. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.